Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So we're continuing with the Motorcycle Mind Virus via Buddy build with Joe at Mad Genius and our build of the SRX-6. And I'll also continue to walk you through my bike building process and really my model building process in general. So starting out with steps 4 and 5 here, removing and cleaning up the parts and building sub-assemblies as you go along. So started there with the exhaust and the front fork, and then finished up with the final steps there for the tank, the lights, the seats, and the fenders, and then went through my process to smooth out the seam in that tank. Step 6 here, which is prime and paint all the parts. So I've got things separated out by the primer colors. Everything is going to get the black Mr. Surfacer except for these parts here, which are, basically the body parts, let's call them. And then I will come back, and then these parts on these pegs here, as well as these parts here, will then get the alclad base. And then I'll come back and do those parts in different shades of alclad. And then the rest of these parts, some will just remain black, and then others will get secondary colors. Moving through the painting and painting all the parts in their primary and secondary and in some cases third color. And as I do so, I know I said I was going to build that bike, but you know how you go out on YouTube and you look at something and then you start getting a lot of related videos? Well, as I've been building this, I've been getting videos about SRX-6s, and this bike has a huge cult following in Japan, even to this day, even though it's a bike from the 80s. And so I've been getting all these videos, and there's such a wide variety out there and customizations and things like that, that I decided to change colors. And so I actually did it in the tank in this sapphire blue, but unfortunately it's an enamel and it didn't work very well, and I ended up having to strip that off. And then I saw Joe's video and he was talking about using Tamiya paints, and I said, I should probably stick with Tamiya. So I lined up all my paints here and I'm like, okay, what color can I do the tank in? So I laid all these out. Now, this is the gloss aluminum, and you do these side panels in that, and most of the even customized ones, they kept those panels that way, so I did that. And then they suggest in the instructions this gunmetal. This is light gunmetal, and this is regular gunmetal for the frame. And originally I did that, and then I actually laid these out and said, okay, what do I have? What can I do? And I actually kind of said, ooh, orange. When did I use that? Because it was actually up in here, and I pulled out and I'm like, where did this come from? And then I remembered, I actually used it on this bike right here, and that's a 1-24, that tiny little bike. And it's a Yamaha, and I'm like, that's a Yamaha color. Maybe I can go with that. So then I said, well, then I don't like how, if I go with the orange, that's almost too light. And so then I started looking, and for the Corvette, I actually bought a bunch of different blacks, and one of them was this metallic black. Now I ended up going with just the gloss black, but I had this metallic black, and so I did a test spray, and it is different. It has like some flake in it. So this is what I ended up doing. I went with that metallic black on the frame, and I went with that orange on what I call the body parts, and it just came out awesome. So that is what I'm going to go with. So once I decided on, those colors for the body and the frame, then I thought, there's some other customizations that I saw out there, and there's some shades of Alclad I haven't used yet. So I thought, I'll get creative there as well, maybe. So I used the pale gold on the forks, and then used the copper on, I think these are, I'm not sure what they are, some part of the shock there. And then I saw, some different color chains out there. So originally I had, I think it was titanium on here. And then, so all I did is overlaid that with the clear yellow. So basically I've completed step 6, which is prime and paint all the parts and sub-assemblies. I've got everything kind of grouped by page here. So what I'm going to do now is go through, pre-cut those wires, have, add them to the bins, and pre-cut those decals, have my water and everything ready. And while I'm on the topic of my process, in one of his videos, Joe mentioned that he's kind of a big picture guy, and I'm kind of the opposite. I am a IT project manager, scrum master, by profession, and I got a bunch of letters after my name, but what it all basically boils down to is plan the work and work the plan. So of course that manifests itself here. I plan the work and work the plan, and that's been my modus operandi in kind of everything I do. You have the goal at the end that you want to achieve, although that isn't the reference I'm going with, but then you basically figure out all the steps to get there, and then you work that plan. And over here is the Corvette, and you can see it's in about that same stage. That's all the engine parts in there. I got a few other things I have to clean up, but you can see this is kind of the same process I use here. So yeah, again, it's not necessarily the best way, but it's the best way for me. And then the other thing I like about it is as you work your way through the bins, it's kind of the culmination of all your hard work on those pieces, and it, all of a sudden kind of comes alive, and I just love that part of it as well. So while I wait for those final parts to dry, I'll now cut those wires and prep the decals, and then add those wires to each bin. And then basically go through the instructions one last time, working each bin and adding on as you go along until you're complete. So that's what I'll do now. All right, there she is on the shelf in the Yamaha section, and yeah, I bet you didn't know Yamaha made a speeder bike. But appropriately enough, next to my very first motorcycle. So my 21st motorcycle next to my first motorcycle, and a buddy build with my good buddy Joe. What more could a guy ask for? So yeah, just totally enjoyed that almost as much as I enjoyed that. I just love that I, kind of changed it up. Didn't go with the box art for once, and was a little bit felt challenged, to do something special for Joe. And so I did. And then the other thing is, it's this vintage kit, and I kept that top of that cellophane just as a memento, and I thought it would be appropriate to put it with the motorcycle group build token from that bike. And yeah, just all around, this was just so much fun. Oh, the one thing I wanted to show you is, so yeah, it's resting on there. I mean, if you look, it's at the same angle as the Virago, and you can see how much longer the kickstand is on that. And I set it down and it was fine, but it just scared me. So I'm like, no, I'm gonna prop it up. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, like I said, just a blast all the way around. Really enjoyed this build, enjoyed sharing it with Joe, texting back and forth. What a great guy, and a great builder, and a great community. So yeah, again, just really enjoying the bikes, and I have to say, my bike shelf is actually getting crowded. Anyway, just again, thank you, Joe. Thanks to all my subscribers. Thanks to the modeling community. Thanks to the guys who hosted the original motorcycle group build for turning me on to bikes, and hopefully turning on Joe as well. So, as always, thanks for watching, and happy modeling.